welcome back to another edition, another installment, another episode. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back. Welcome to the DeVonta's World Podcast with your boy Tyler Pie Guy. I forgot what episode this was. Again, like I said on the Opinionated Brother podcast, I have hosted and produced and engineered and all of that um over 500 episodes worth of content, and it's kind of hard sometimes, kind of keep up with the episodes. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of hard to keep up with the episodes, right? So excuse me for not knowing what particular episode this is, but I know we're in the 50s somewhere. But thank you guys for coming in uh to the show. You feel what I'm saying? Clap it up for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? This for you. Them class was for y'all. Y'all kept us booming. You feel what I'm saying? I have to give y'all so much love. All of the listeners and people who support the podcast. And listen, um, I give y'all so much love and I appreciate y'all so much. And thank y'all for holding us down while we were on vacation, man. Listen, that is why we're here today. I'm super excited to be here. You feel what I'm saying? I'm super excited to be here. You see, we're trying some things new, man. Listen, we'll talk about all of that today. You feel what I'm saying? We'll get down to the nitty gritty today. I know a lot of people been waiting for me to do a solo, right? Solo. Here we go, right? Vacation, excuse me, guys. Vacation recap. Okay, so let's talk. First of all, that's not even an opinionated brother. Make sure that you follow us before we even get into everything. Make sure that you're following us, okay, on Instagram for the DeVonta's World Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're listening, I'm sorry, if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Okay. So where do we start? Man, where do we start? I want to start the episode before we actually got off, before we actually went to break, right? I posted the episode of me being scammed by the job and everything like that. And kind of coming into that space, it was a interesting, I honestly thought I was about to hit another depression. Not gonna lie to you guys. Sorry guys, mic troubles. Trying to get my mic together here. Sorry. All right, there we go. I honestly believed that a depression was about to hit me. Not even gonna lie to you. Now in that time I was dealing with, a lot of anxiety and, just trying to get through just like everybody else. But in getting scammed by that particular job, the way it happened and how it happened, I was just in the midst of, okay, I need to find something to kind of distract me from this right here. Because if I stay in this too long, and I know me, when something major like that happens to me in the way that it did, I tend to really shut down and I tend to really just put all of my energy into my work, and which could be healthy, but for me personally, it's not healthy. And I've seen me do that when it comes to my podcast and putting out, I don't want to say terrible episodes, but not really good content that I would even listen to or that I would be satisfied with. And so, during that time period, I kept telling y'all that there was a possibility that I was going to Honduras, taking a vacation with my girlfriend and her family. Well, really me, her, and her mom to Honduras, right? And our trip was going to be July 29th. And the passport process, which I actually went back home to Detroit just to visit my mom. And while I was there, apply for my passport. And that was back in May. So the passport process usually, if you don't get it expedited or anything, usually it takes about 3 to 6 months, right? More along so the 6 month line, especially in the economy that we're in now, right? It was so hard to get first of all, it was so hard to get an appointment. Okay, first of all, New York City ain't got no goddamn appointment. That's just what that was. New York City had no appointments for any type of passports. And so, and going to Detroit, got that done, yada, yada, yada. And then we get to kind of the week of 2 weeks before in that 2 week period before the trip. And we're calling because what they're telling you is if you don't get your passport by the time you have an international flight or international trip, call the passport agency and see if they can expedite it to a agency in your area or somewhere close, right? Okay, cool, no problem. So long story short, and that's in that aspect, we're calling. And for a week and a half, we were calling, and it would be as we would miss a city that we could potentially get the passport in, right? So my mom is in Detroit. Could have got it in Detroit, but somebody took that up in an instant, right? And so it was another lady that said Puerto Rico. Couldn't get Puerto Rico. My girl's friend, her mom was actually vacationing in Puerto Rico. So we could have easily got it over. Nope, somebody took Puerto Rico already. Like it was going like hotcakes. And by the week and a half mark of calling, I looked at my girl and I was like, I don't want to go. Not that I don't want to go, but I'm just tired of calling. I'm tired of getting let down here. Like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really already got let down with this job. Now I'm getting let down with this trip that they paid for me to go to. This shit is ridiculous. I'm having faith at the same token. I'm having faith at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it, but I'm discouraged. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm discouraged. I'm not liking the situation and how it's looking, right? And so we get to Wednesday, right? We get to the week of the trip, that Friday, July 29th, that Friday, right? So we get to that Wednesday. That Wednesday comes, and my girl just said, hey, just try to call one more time, right? And I'm like, no, babe, I don't want to call no more. I'm like, man, I want to call. She's like, please, can you just call one more time? I'm like, I threw my temper tantrum. I said, okay, I'll call one more time. I got you. No worries. So she's at work, and I call. I'm like, yo, is there any way to expedite the passport? Yada yada yada. And this time she sounded a little bit different, right? She was like, we can't expedite the so usually what they tell you is if you can't get it expedited to your city or somewhere, you really just can't get it expedited, right? So I'm like, can we expedite it to an agency or can we get it expedited just period? Is there any way? She said, no, there's no way to do that because we already sent it out. Hallelujah.
We appreciate
no
your energy.
Well, to the passport people, we do appreciate your energy. Shout out to my brother HD. But literally, here's the hallelujah moments, right? When we'll play this on in a minute. Literally, she was like, okay, your passport just actually shipped off. And probably because we have called and harassed them for a week and a half, we want to just shout out the passport agency. You feel what I'm saying? The National Passport Agency. Listen, I called y'all for like a week, 2 weeks straight. At least 4 times a day. At least 4 times a day. 4 times a day. I felt like I knew every person that was on the phone. Y'all helped. Y'all probably got so tired of us that y'all was like, just expedite the damn passport. And you know what? I am grateful and I am thankful if that was the case. It don't even matter. I don't even know. But she just hit me up and was like, yo, your passport just left. It should be there by Friday. Now, as y'all heard me, the trip was on Friday, right? We're leaving JFK at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay. It's a flight. Well, no, I'm sorry, 9 a.m. in the morning. But we got to be to JFK. Okay. Because y'all know this first time. Okay. This episode will be a whole bunch of firsts because it was a first time for everything. The first passport, first international trip. It was a lot of firsts. So we gonna get all of that out. So first time getting a passport, I don't know what's going on, you know, and she's just like, you'll get it on Friday. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm praying God. First of all, I'm thanking God. I'm like, okay, passport's coming, Lord. Are you about to sit here and tell me? Are you about? Because listen, if y'all could see the face that I was given of how gloomy I was to stay in New York in this house by myself, really, like, and the funny thing about it was her mom, my girl's mom, was probably the saddest. It wasn't about the money. She wanted me to experience the culture and experience where she came from, right? Her culture, her town, her community. And so I'm like, it's breaking my heart more because now these two important women in my life are now sitting here, hurt. And I'm like, I can't, there's nothing I can do. And when there's nothing that you can do, now everybody's everybody's hurting, crying now. So, by Wednesday, things were looking up, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm not getting my hopes up. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm like, if it get here Friday, we can figure. Like, I'm already figuring some stuff out. Like, okay, if it get here Friday at this time, can I, switch this flight to this, all that, the third. And so if we already working out plan A's through E's because now we have the passport coming. The passport is coming. Okay, bet. So I'm like, babe, I'm praying that the passport comes Thursday. Okay. Now, when I prayed that prayer, I should have been knowledgeable enough to pack my bags, but I wasn't. I wasn't. We'll get to that in a minute. I wasn't knowledgeable. Thursday comes around. What happens? The passport comes Thursday, 12 o'clock noon. Oh, la, 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 Shay. Come on, clap. Woo! What? 12. 12. Yo, hand clapper praise started shouting up in this thing. What are we talking about? Right? I'm gonna have to get some shouting music on this soundboard. Give me 2 weeks. I'll put it up on there. But yo, it was crazy. Like, I'm like, okay. Now that we have the passport, oh, I'm going on this trip. Mine immediately shifts to, okay, what the fuck do we have to do? Because now I have less than literally 12 hours, or me and my girl have less than 12 hours to get our apartment together, clean it, make sure we know where the cat is going, make sure we know where our plants are going, make sure we know where everything, clean up, pack up, everything. This is a 2-week trip, mind you. This ain't a 1 week. This ain't a weekend. This is a 2-week trip, people. Okay. So everything works out. We, get to the airport. We board the plane. Everything's good. My passport is looking good. And I got the new passport too. Shout out to y'all. You feel me? Listen, people was looking at my passport. They was like, damn, we jealous. Them new ones? I was like, I didn't know they had new ones. I was like, I didn't know they had new ones. This shit is crazy. But it was great, bro. It was great. The flight was dope. The layovers were crazy though, right? We had a 6-hour layover in Miami. Now I wish I knew I had some people out there in Miami that we could just, go somewhere or whatever, but it was fine. 6 hours. Chuck that up. So we get on the flight from Miami to San Pedro Sula, right? Which is one of the main kind of basis for travel in Honduras, right? And we land, and immediately it is warm as fuck, right? I said, well, hello, Honduras, right? And so the first couple of days were us traveling to her mom's or her family's actual town, right? Her actual city where she actually has her home and where she lives and where her friends and family all live, right? Um that travel was a beast. I'm not gonna lie to you. The travel, just the travel period. Um, I used to complain a lot about New York travel. Um, and for me, I'm like, no, I will complain about this travel a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was a lot. It was jet lagging, it was exhausting. They had something called the Christina, which is basically like their Greyhound. And I remember us leaving when we were actually leaving to come back to the States. There was an actual bus that took us back to um the city that we needed to go and take uh another bus to get to the airport. And that bus was so comfortable, had a back seat, everything like that. Stretch out leg room was good. The Christine, listen, even the Greyhound got leg room. You good? You know what I'm saying? You can sit back. Oh, okay. And I've taken a lot of Greyhounds in my time. Don't get it twisted. I've taken some Greyhounds in my time for real. But the Christina, Jesus Cristo, that thing was stiff. Boy, that thing was stiff. And I'm tall. First of all, people in Honduras, they already see me tall, dark, dreads. They thinking I'm either Afro Caribbean, Jamaican, Rasta, somewhere over there, right? Maybe American for sure. I'm already talking English, so it's American for sure. But they also thinking I'm something else, right? No, just regular American, just regular black dude from America. Um, the chicken as we're traveling to out and out, and I will specify this. I remember traveling as we're going to her town. Everybody's like, "Yo, we're hungry, we're hungry, we're hungry." We pick up some chicken, and chicken is really a big thing over there. And the chicken was so salty, y'all. I didn't like it. No, no. And it wasn't in their town specifically, because the people in her town, and we'll get to that in a minute, can cook their ass off, right? But this was people like outside of Rio Esteban, right? And so you get the chicken is salty. I'm like, the chicken? This chicken is salty as hell, but I'm eating it because I'm hungry. Yada yada. So we get there, and the town reminded me of Mercy Drive in Orlando, Florida. Because if you don't know, I was born in Florida, right? So Florida is basically birth state, right? Birth home. Detroit is where I was raised home, right? So they're both home bodies to me. And what I felt like going into Rio Esteban, Colon, is that it was basically like Mercy Drive, being in the hood, without any roads for real. They had roads, but they just weren't paved down. So without any paved roads and street lights. And I was like, oh, I like this. Right? It was just first of all, it's black people who look like me, right? Me and you who watching, okay? That speak hella Spanish. And when I say hella Spanish, like I mean they speaking it better than some of our light skinned brothers and sisters on the Hispanic side. That's what I'm saying. So much culture, so much richness was felt for me on that trip. Again, a first for everything. First time being in Honduras, first time going to their malls, first time trying Popeyes in fucking Honduras. Yes. Popeyes in Honduras is way better than Popeyes in the States. That's just what that was. 5 out of 5, gold star, Michelin star. You hear what I'm saying? Like, I'm dead serious. We went to the mall, and of course, first of all, they had Radio Shack. I was like, now when the hell did y'all have a Radio Shack? And shout out to one of our viewers he sent me in a picture that Radio Shack still exists in the States. It's in North Carolina. Shout out to the Radio Shack in North Carolina. You probably a 101, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from Detroit, right? The times I go to Orlando, I don't see a Radio Shack. And then I know for sure back in the D, ain't no I remember when Radio Shack went out of business in Detroit, bro. It was a Radio Shack right on 8 Mile. That is now, I believe, turned into a doctor's facility. You feel me? So I'm like, Radio Shack went out of business. Like, oh, I know before 2010, it definitely went out of business. Like, I didn't see that thing in 08. I definitely didn't see a Radio Shack. No. Radio Shack was gone. So to see a Radio Shack, a Payless, all the vintage American stores, right? Payless is now Palazzi, I heard. But all the vintage stores, it was really dope. I was like, wow. And I made an observation and a theory that their escalators, right, are the old school escalators that Americans used in the 90s in these malls and shit. And when they replaced them, they gave them to quote unquote third world countries. And I believe America looks at Honduras as a third world country. I don't, because when a 12-year-old can literally sit here and drive better than a 32-year-old, you have nothing to say to me. I literally watched kids drive better than me on the road. And this is Honduras. Let me just say, driving in Honduras, whether it was in Rio Esteban, La Ceiba, Tegucigalpa, San Pedro, it didn't matter. It did not fucking matter. These motherfuckers was driving, and they didn't give a fuck about your well-being, insurance, your car, what it looked like, how big it was, how small it was. Hell, you could be riding on a two-wheeler, on a bike, ATV, didn't matter. We gonna get in this spot, and that's what it's gonna be. You don't like it, then we just gonna get hit on a head-on collision, right? It's gonna be a head-on collision. See, in New York, somebody get out the car. In Rio Esteban, nigga, you just gonna go with this hit and go about your business, right? Like, that's how close people was to each other car. Like, at least in New York, they maybe give you a little space, little bit. Not in Honduras. Like, I mean, tippy toe tie to the damn bumper. Do you hear me? It was crazy. So the driving is nuts, but Rio Esteban Colon specifically, I love it. I didn't love what I didn't love is all the mosquitoes and the red ants tearing my ass up. That's why I really felt like I was in Florida too. Like my girl kept laughing, and I'm like, babe, no, I'm dead ass. She was like, oh my God, your feet, because your feet so swollen. Because listen, my feet swelled up like turkey neck sausages, bro. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers were swollen. And if you know me, you know I'm tall and you know I got big feet. I wear a size damn near 14, 15, bro. So imagine the size 14, 15 shoe on these feet swelled up like a cake pan, like monkey bread, huh? Like yeast that's rising. Like, I mean, they was fucking my shit up. And it's exotic, you know. I was about to say snakes, but it's probably exotic snakes in there too. I didn't see any. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't see any of the exotic stuff. But there was horses out there. We caught a jellyfish out in the Caribbean Sea, which they call their beach, which is amazing too, right? There's alligators out there. I'm not going out there to see one, but you know what I'm saying? They've told me there's alligators out there. I don't deny it. I don't deny it, right? And so, it was a great time to just be around amazing people and to see culture, to see Black in a different way. I I think for us as Black Americans, we don't get to see Black in all of its flavors, shapes, colors, forms, because we don't get told that, right? We only get told that it's only this part. Nah, bro. To see that people look like me, darker than me, dreads and everything, haircuts and everything. And I mean, they shout out to my Primo. I don't know if you ever gonna watch this. Primo, shout out to you, bro. Lining my shit up there. If y'all can see, I don't know, but I dyed my tips out there. Right? I dyed the tips of my hair. Burgundy. Right? It was a vibe. It was a whole vibe out there. I vibed. Nigga had a machete in his hands. You couldn't tell me shit. Like, what are you talking about? A whole machete. Like, what? Ready to cut a nigga. What are you talking about? Plantains here, coconuts here. You feel me? Barinas here. You feel? What are we talking about? And if you don't know, a barina is a beer out there, which was barinas are better than Corona, hands down. Hands down. Hands down. And then the currency exchange. Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about that. I see and understand why there are so many white people over there trying to buy up so much land over there. The currency exchange over there is crazy. Okay. Let's just say $20 over here is 500 lempiras over there. And if I think about it, and even and maybe a little bit more, and if I think about it like that, 500 lempiras and get you just a little bit of something, can do you a little something. You can do something with that. Like, really? So just say if you take about $500 to $1,000 over there and you work it out right, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Like, you have a good vacation. And the way I had it, it was a great vacation. It was dope. Through my travels, I got to see a lot of the mountains. The mountains, guys, you know, my girl's brother said when you go out there and you see the mountains, it's like God literally like painted, you know, them on the land. And it's like, I can't, I wish I could pull the photos, the snapshots out of my brain to just show y'all, because it was breathtaking. Breathtaking. Do you hear me? I don't think I've ever experienced God's presence more than when I did there. Be out on the water. I literally thanked God every single day that I was there. I prayed every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Because I wasn't supposed to be there. I kept telling people, I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be here. My passport was not supposed to come. But it did. God had a plan. God showed himself out in that moment. And in that moment, I thank God the entire week. I said, Lord, there is nothing too big that you cannot handle. Now, that could be very minuscule to some other folks in that situation. But to come out of a scam job, really thinking that you had it, to the point where you signing documents and shit like that, not important ones, but just signing documents and shit. Because if I would have stayed home for those 2 weeks, y'all, I would have been in a depression. That's just what that was. I would have been depressed staying in New York in this apartment for 2 weeks. I would have been depressed. And that wouldn't have been a good look for me. No, that wouldn't have been a good feeling for me. And I knew that my girl and her mom, would not be happy with me not going. It wasn't a money thing. It was more so, we just want you to go. And with everything that you've been going through here, you need a break. And I'm so thankful, still thankful to this day. Still thankful to this day. Still thankful to this day. Hallelujah. Y'all don't even understand. Still thankful that he allowed me the ability and the opportunity to experience more of him in this way. To see the Caribbean Sea and just to see water. That's it. Just to see, just to see. I was so thankful. Humbled. Oh, it was just so much in like I learned a lot more Spanish out there. I'm still learning more. They was complimenting me on my Spanish and all of that shit. And I don't even speak Spanish for real like that. I say un poco. It's only a little bit. I'm still learning. But they had their own swagger out there. They had their own. It was like it was literally like if you mash up Black Americans with regular Hispanic folks, and you just combine them like this, Garifuna people. You feel me? Garifuna people are fucking amazing. Period. And I thank y'all so much to everybody who showed me love, who showed me just kindness and gratitude over there. I thank you so much because you didn't have to. You really didn't have to. I thank y'all so much. The food was amazing over there. I know this. I can't eat beans no more. I cannot do it. I can't eat beans, bro. Beans cannot be it. I can't do it. Beans can what? Nah, man. Can't eat beans no more, bro. Like my sister-in-law, as I call her, shout out to Jamie. She was just like, she was, making the beans. And listen, y'all know Hispanic people love beans. I love y'all, but y'all know y'all love y'all some beans, bro. Hispanic folks love them some beans, bro. Love them some beans. And her beans was fire, bro. They were fire. And I don't even eat beans like that because I know how it makes me feel. And I did 3 days straight of her making beans and rice for us. And I tore it up, not even forgetting that we had to travel to Tegucigalpa, which is the capital of Honduras, to go handle some business for my girl and her mom. Why did I do that? Oh, it's because you're on vacation and you don't know shit. You forgot that, hey, too much fiber is going to have you on the runs. And boy, did I run. Boy, listen, the food out there is so natural. Like I can't eat sour cream the same anymore. Honestly, like I can't. Once they gave me a sour cream over there, I was like, so y'all been, this is real sour cream? She's like, yeah, this, with all that shit. Cause I was like, I can taste the shit now. America, all this processed shit you be putting in, I can taste it now. It's too late. It's too late. I was like, I taste all the shits. As I just told y'all, Popeyes is way better than Honduras. I didn't even give y'all the story. I don't even think I broke down that story. I think I went into another story. But long story short, with that, it was amazing. We believe that there's like I think they chop chickens back there. They got a little chicken farm back there, bro. You could taste the realness in the chicken. I was like, I ain't tasted chicken like this in like forever. Y'all really be putting the hormones in them motherfuckers. Like, I get the breast. The breast ain't huge. The thigh ain't fucking gigantic. It's a nice, juicy thigh with a nice, juicy breast and a nice, juicy wang and leg. I'm sitting there like, wow. And it was spicy. I didn't have to run up there to complain to them. I didn't have to sit here and act a fool with them. And when I wanted some honey, I think did they give me no honey? They ain't had no honey. But you know what? When I went up there and got some napkins, it wasn't what y'all was doing, calling the cops on people and shit, trying to get some food and shit. Popeyes. No, they was respectful. You feel me? And the food was actually good. The chicken was actually real, and the chicken was actually spicy. Because I don't know how many times I've told y'all, especially here back in Grand Rapids, it's been too many motherfucking instances where Popeyes ain't getting it right when it comes to the spiciness of the chicken. Now I don't know who you trying to who you trying to fool or who you trying to kid, but it ain't me because I've been a Popeyes fanatic for about 15 years. Don't play with me. Almost 20. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But man, it was such a moment. And the crazy part, it was a lot of firsts for me and my girl too. I met all of her family. Let me say, all of her family, uncles, aunties, and even her dad. And the crazy thing is, her dad is a sharpshooter, boy. First of all, shout out to him. Hopefully he's doing well. I hope he's doing well. But he's a sharpshooter, bro. He's a sharpshooter, bro. He really cool. He dope as hell, you know what I'm saying? And he a hustler. He get it out, you know, he get it out the mud. You feel what I'm saying? And I love that, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, you know, that's my daughter, da da da, and you know, you cool, you know what I'm saying? I like your work ethic, yada yada yada. You know, we got a good conversation. We got some pictures too. Like people, listen, her brothers and sisters was like, wait, he took a picture with your dad? With dad? Oh hell no. Like they group chat was going crazy. So it was like, you know, for me, it's all about what the spirit is leading at the time. And for me, I'm this is my first time in taking international travel, this is first time for everything. The first time I'm meeting your parents or meeting your dad, the first time I'm meeting your family, the first time I'm experiencing your culture, the first time I'm coming to your country, the first time I'm experiencing this food, it's so many first, right? And honestly, what I can say is that most of the firsts that I've experienced, I fucked with. The only first that I really didn't fuck with was really the travel. It was just the travel, y'all. It was just the travel and the money grab. That's a thing too. Back in Honduras, money is whew, I know money is tight, but they be grabbing onto it. And one more thing before we get out of here, right? Let me just recap. Let me just talk about this. Cause boy, y'all can stare. Okay? Y'all can fucking stare. Okay? Hondurans can fucking stare. And it don't matter if it's the light brights or the dark skins. Y'all all stare. And it was too many instances where I almost had to come out of my motherfucking character. Okay? Now listen. Bev's mom or you know, my girl's mom said, listen, can't be, you know, too American over here. You know, you a hothead just a little bit. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I know they be staring, but don't, you know what I'm saying? Just chill out. I'm like, all right. I stand up, they staring at me like that. I sit down, they staring at me like that. I move a muscle and talking to, you know, my ladies, they sitting there like that. My girl is talking to her mom, staring at her mouth like that. My future mother-in-law, she's sitting here talking, you know what I'm saying, and talking to one of her friends, they staring at her mouth like that. We walking through the mall and shit like that, just having great conversation. They staring at us like this. I'm like, God damn. Do you want a picture? Like, perfect example. We went to the grocery store, right? Because we needed some groceries for the house, 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So we get in the grocery store and we're at the checkout. And it was this light-skinned mom and her daughter that just started looking at us and particularly looked at my girl and was just staring like, if you're listening, I mean, they just staring like, I mean, just staring, like silence and staring. You feel me? So I look over because I'm looking from the corner of my eye, because my eye can do that. I can corner my eye, look you, okay? And I'm looking like, yo, like really? So before I could even say the word, I think we got telepathy. Cause here goes my girl and says, wow, I must look good. Oh my God. She starts spitting and shit, start being mad dramatic and starts cause I mean shit, everybody's looking at me. Oh my God. And I'm like, oh shit. So, so she noticed it too. She noticed it before me. Noticed him like mad, like I mean, dead. Like if somebody could dead stare into your soul, that's how Honduras stare at you. Like it's literally dead into your spirit, and like you want to smack the fucking eyes out of their fucking head. Like, what are you staring at? So good. Do you want to? Did you want to see her titties? Huh? Did you want to see her shake her ass? Like, what was it? So once she said that, they stopped looking. They was like, oh my God. I was like, yes, because that's rude as hell. Stop staring. Why are you staring like this? Like, I mean, into your soul, like I want to snatch it. What do you want? What? Get out of here. Jesus Christ. Like that, I think those are the only two things that really, really, really irked me during this trip. Because I don't like to be stared at, nor do I stare at I don't like to stare at anybody for a long period of time anyway. That's rude. If I see you, I see you, and that's it. Cool. Buenas. Hola. How you doing? Cool. Keep it moving. But don't sit here and stare into my soul like you got something to say, because she from New York. I'm from Detroit, Southern boy. Like, yo, we don't play that. We look at you sideways, and both of us looking at you sideways. One of us got to be, because we can't both be hot. You feel me? And I'm like, we both can't be hot, especially outside the country. You know. But all in all, this trip was much needed. It was well worth it, and I would do it again. Definitely do it again. International trips are a go now. It is go ho. You know what I'm saying? International trips are a go. So life is life right now, because what they didn't tell you is when you come back from the trip, you know what I'm saying, you still got bills and all of that shit. And you got, so things have been a little tight. It's a little tight since I got back. And the jet lag, does jet lag last a little longer when you do an international trip, especially for like 2 weeks? Because this is my first time doing a trip for 2 weeks long, whether that be international, local, or uh state to state. This is my first time doing a trip for 2 weeks. Usually I'm in that bitch and I'm out. Weekend, gone. You feel me? Gone. 2 weeks? Shit. That was my first time. Internationally? Shit. In another country? Shit. And we gotta travel? Shit. A lot, man. But you know what? I'm thankful that I did it. I'm thankful that I went through with it. And I'm thankful that I was able to go. So to my girlfriend and to her mom, I want to again say to y'all, I've literally been thanking y'all since y'all bought the ticket. But again, I want to just say thank y'all for allowing me the opportunity to come into your world, to come into your culture and experience it. It was and has been an amazing experience. That is something that I would treasure forever, forever. You feel what I'm saying? For like literally forever. I literally don't care what happens. Like forever, I will always cherish those moments, that trip. And I'm looking forward to more. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real, experiencing more of that, more of just black culture in different forms. You feel what I'm saying? Because what we need to know is black is beautiful in all shapes and all sizes. As a black American male, I understand that my black is beautiful on this soil, right? And as much as we fight for injustices and discrimination and racism on this soil, I got to see and experience discrimination and you can say a little bit of prejudice and racism on their soil. And so that was also interesting too to see. So I'm saying that to say, understand that black comes in all flavors, and that is what I got reminded on that trip. We as black people, we as a black culture, we as a black nation, we come in all shapes, all flavors, all colors, and we are all around the world speaking multiple languages, just not English. You feel what I'm saying? We are intelligent, we are smart, we are gifted. I think one of the most favorite parts of the trip was meeting my girl's cousin and him introducing me to his daughter. She is not my niece. She is smart. I love you, Cha Cha. Okay. I love you. You are a smart, intelligent, young, gifted, okay, Afro Caribbean woman who will grow up to be amazing. And she's strong as hell. And she only like 2. And I'm like, damn. Like picking her up was like picking up a weight. I said, God damn, what the hell? But again, it was amazing to just be around just love, not to have all of this, you know, not to have all of this in the background, but to really reset and recalibrate. So I'm thankful for this trip. It was amazing. And yeah, guys, we are back, man. So I'm thankful. I'm glad that you guys held it down for us. You guys really, really did. I'm thankful for everybody that shared and loved on the content that we were producing. Again, we caught jellyfish, saw horses. I'm eating food. I ate lobster for the first time. Y'all know I don't eat no goddamn lobster. Y'all know I don't eat no damn seafood unless it's fish, crawfish, or what am I trying to say? It's another one. But that's it. It ain't no lobster, crab, nothing. Bruh. Her cousin cleaned that lobster. See, made it. I was like, see, lobster don't taste like this back home. Like, I didn't taste the lobster. And my girl was like, you're not supposed to. I was like, but you do back in Red Lobster, though. She was like, that's not good. And I was like, I told that shit up. So, like, my whole frame of mind when it comes to food is all fucked up. I'm sure I'm still trying to get that shit together. But you know what, y'all? This has been a great show. Be sure to, again, if you're watching us, like, comment, share, subscribe on the video. If you like this video, make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. Subscribe to the THC Media Network on YouTube. You feel me? 256 subscribers. We're trying to get to that hot 1,000. So make sure that you share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. All right. If you like the new background, let us know in the comments. You feel me? We're just trying to do a little some things new, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're listening, make sure that you or I'm sorry, thank you for listening. You feel what I'm saying? Be sure to like, share, and comment on the audio. You feel me? I don't know if you can comment on it. Why haven't we? That's a good question. Why haven't y'all gotten to a point where you can comment on the audio? Write my check now. Just saying. But please listen to us, subscribe to us on any platforms that you listen to podcasts from. That may be iHeartRadio, Google Play, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We are everywhere. Make sure that you tune in. All right. I love you guys. We'll be back in another 2 weeks, I believe, on when is that? 14 days, the 22nd. All right. So if you have any places in New York City, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Harlem, Staten Island. I actually want to take the Staten Island Fair. So if you have anywhere that you would like me to try out some food, or experience some places in the next 2 weeks, let me know. DM us, follow us at the DW Podcast on Instagram, or you can hit us up at the DeVonta's World Podcast on Facebook. All right. I love you guys. Appreciate you. Be good. Stay easy. Be breezy. And this has been another one. And y'all be good, stay safe, wash your hands, and please don't get this monkeypox because people be faking it. All right. So y'all stay safe out here in these streets. All right. Peace.